I'm just joined on the phone line by Dipya Bordeloy. Now, Dipya Bordeloy was a reporter who reached the site, who actually, they also got this footage, and I hope, Dipya Bordeloy, if you can hear me, just to ask, what did journalists do when they saw this happening? Did you call the police? Why did police take half an hour to reach this spot? It's a busy city, It's a busy road, it's near the government secretariat. What took so long for police to actually reach? How did you hear? I just heard the point being made that perhaps the mob alerted camera people. How did you actually get here?
Yes, actually, I was called by someone. I don't know who called me, but he was informed me that one girl was molested and girl was beaten up badly in the busy street of Guwahati. It was only 9:30. I reached there around at around 9:45. But it was already 20 minutes. The mob were molesting and forcefully raped the girl at that moment. But nobody, no police, no administration were there. I immediately called up the police, but it took them around 20 minutes to reach that spot. And by the time police reached that spot, the girl was stripped. Girl was almost raped in front of the camera. And initially, me and my camera person tried to prevent the mob or try to rescue the girl, but it was unable. I was unable to do that because mob was quite angry and mob was quite violent. So I could not help. But it's a regret from my side. But I was alone, and suddenly a few courageous 3-4 persons reached there, and they tried to prevent the entire incident and tried to rescue the girl. But by the time, fortunately, the police also there. So that is how the girl was rescued. But by the time police rescued the girl, she was almost raped. She was virtually raped. She was stripped in front of the camera.
And in fact, I mean, I'm really glad to hear that even though you were alone, you tried to stop the mob. But just watching that, about 30 people. Now, how you said it was only 9:30 at night, so it wasn't that late. This is a young girl. Reports say that she's just in class 11. How did this actually begin? Why did this happen?
Actually, as far as I know, that she was attending a party in a bar called Club Mint Bar in the busy ZS Road in Guwahati. It was 9:30 only. She came out of the bar, but had some argument with some street boys, and that is how the entire episode started. She had some hot argument with the street boys, but and then suddenly those street boys attacked her and her friends. But fortunately, her friends and her one female and 2 male, and they were able to escape from that place. But she was not that fortunate that she could not escape herself, and that is how she was alone among those 30-40 inhuman. She was alone in the mob and angry, violent, and inhumane mob, and she was totally tortured and she was totally molested for long 40 minutes till the police reached the spot and rescued the girl.
And in fact, Mr. Bordeloy, the fact is that the police and even the state government know only 3 people have been arrested. Now look at that footage. You can identify all these men very clearly. They're looking into the camera. They show absolutely no sense of trying to hide their faces. I mean, they actually seem to, in some kind of sense, be quite happy to be doing this in front of the camera. Only 3 people have been arrested. Where are the other men?
Actually, one sad thing about Guwahati police, about Assam police, is that Guwahati requires at least 7,000 police to manage the law and order. But the sad story is that Guwahati has only 2,200 police. I spoke to the DGP few days back regarding this, and he admitted that yes, we are unable to manage the law and order situation because Guwahati is a growing city. The population is growing daily, but Guwahati police have only 2,200 capacity. So that is the main problem. Guwahati doesn't have any patrolling police van, or if something happen in any spot, anywhere in Guwahati, it will take the police to reach at least 15 or 20 minutes. That is what happened on Monday, and that is how the girl was tortured for long 40 minutes and police was unable to reach her.
Mr. Hussain, the response from the people of Guwahati, I asked why is it that even your reporter said that an altercation started this off. There were 4 people and the other 2 boys and girl who were with this young girl managed to flee. But the mob with which they had an altercation just kept growing and growing. That it must have started with 5 or 6 boys. It became about 30 boys. What were the people of Guwahati? Why is it that the crime against women in Guwahati is so high, and what were the people of Guwahati doing?
Absolutely. It's shocking, shameless. I would say it's a moronic act of a hoodlum fringe. Let me tell you, facts first. Definitely my reporter who was on the spot, there were 2 reporters on the spot and a camera person. They did their best first to prevent, but then it was a mob, so they thought that they might be lynched. What they did, they informed the police, they informed our news desk, and we acted. But the point is that, as you made, there were about 30 to 40 odd people who were simply going berserk and then trying to, I would say it was a gang rape on the streets of Guwahati around 9:30 to 10, which is indeed shameless. I, as a journalist, I am ashamed to speak before a mainstream media like this. But having said that, it is just a couple of media channels that we are launching a campaign. It's very sad that the civil society, the NGOs, and even the other mainstream media, they have not come hammer and tongs against this. So, and forget about the political parties. They have simply failed to drum up this issue and make it an issue. I am ashamed that today a channel like NDTV is trying to drum up this issue, make it an issue, whereas in Assam, civil society, the NGOs, women rights groups, politicians, political parties, they have miserably failed. And it's people like us, our channels are trying to make it a campaign and trying to get these molesters arrested. And we have successfully done so far in making about 5 arrests so far. But then we really don't know where things are going, Sonia.
Mr. Hussain, in fact, just to ask, because it's true that the police, in fact, why it was important that you got this on camera, because you've got those people on camera, you have their faces, they can't deny that this is happening, they can't hide behind some veil of saying that we weren't there. Why is it that only 3 people have been arrested so far? Just looking at this visuals, about 30 people, why is it that only 3 people have been arrested so far? The police had these men on camera, it can't be that difficult to find them.
That's true. Like, you know, the Chief Minister has gone on record yesterday saying that the law and order situation in Guwahati is not up to the mark. He has gone on record on our channel. So that is itself is an indicator as to the deteriorating law and order situation. Let me just add one more thing. Like, you know, you are talking about the law and order situation. We are talking about the civil rights groups not coming up. But having said that, we as journalists have got the stick from people. Why have we shown it? But the point is, the moot point is, have we not, if we have shut down our cameras, these, at least 3 of them who have been now behind the bars, they would have gone scot-free. And all these people have gone scot-free. At least I, as a managing editor of the channel, I defend thoroughly that we did the right thing by not shutting our cameras and just rolling it and then capturing those ghastly, barbaric, primitive moments. So I don't have any hesitation to say that despite our reporters trying to prevent, but they were outnumbered by these hooligans, by the mob. So yes, there is definitely the police has a lot to answer. They have received flack, but then with no opposition, there is no outcry, no public outburst against this horrendous crime that has been committed on the streets of Guwahati, just 30 meters away from where I am standing in the heart, in downtown Guwahati. That is the sad part. It was not midnight. It was around 9:30, 10. So just imagine, people were simply, like, you know, as I could see from the visuals when my reporter came back. So there were cars moving and nobody even tried down their window panes just to see what was happening. Forget about...
Nobody even down their window panes. Exactly, Mr. Hussain, and I agree with you that I think it's important that these visuals are shown. It's about naming and shaming, and it's not just about people of Guwahati. Every Indian should be disgusted at what actually is happening there. We should follow this. These men are named, shamed and arrested. We will keep our focus on this, and I'm sure your channel and journalists will as well. Mr. Hussain, thanks so much for joining me.